Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the vibrant world of Calypso Rose, the legendary queen of Calypso music. Despite facing challenges in a male-dominated industry, Calypso Rose's spirit shone brightly as she carved her own path, becoming a voice for empowerment and love. Join us as we explore her incredible lifestyle, her courageous journey as an openly lesbian artist, her remarkable career achievements, and the stunning home she's created for herself, all while uncovering the net worth of this iconic figure. Get ready for an inspiring story of resilience, artistry, and celebration. Calypso Rose, a legendary figure in Trinidadian Calypso music, has built an impressive fortune throughout her remarkable career, which has spanned more than 5 decades. While exact figures of her net worth are not publicly available, estimates place it between $1 million and $5 million. Since beginning her professional career in 1964, Calypso Rose has composed over 1,000 songs and released more than 20 albums. Her breakthrough came with the iconic hit, Fire in Me Wire, which made history by becoming the first Calypso song to be performed at Trinidad's Carnival for 2 consecutive years, 1966 and 1967. Though her exact earnings from these sales are not disclosed, it's clear that they form a major part of her income. In addition to album sales, Calypso Rose's wealth has been bolstered by extensive touring around the world. A highlight of her career was her historic appearance at the Coachella Festival in 2019 at the age of 78, where she became the oldest headliner in the festival's history. The revenue generated from her live shows, festival appearances, and international tours has been another vital source of her wealth. Her collaborations with other artists, including the 2019 EP Calypso Rose and Friends, which features notable performers like Michelle Montano and Nayla Blackman, have expanded her reach and helped her tap into new markets. These projects blend Calypso with genres like reggae and soca, broadening her appeal to diverse audiences and increasing her financial success. Born Linda MacArthur Monica Sandy Lewis on April 27, 1940, in Bethel, Tobago, she was the 4th of 13 children in a deeply traditional family. Her father, Altino Sandy, was both a fisherman and a leader in the spiritual Shouter Baptist community, instilling strong religious values that initially clashed with Rose's passion for music. Her early years were marked by a strict household where Calypso was seen as inappropriate, even condemned by her father as the devil's music. At age 9, she moved to Trinidad to live with her aunt, a transition that exposed her to new cultural influences, but also subjected her to bullying as a small islander. Despite these challenges, her musical journey had already begun. By the age of 13, Rose was writing her own Calypso songs, drawing inspiration from everyday life. Her first composition, Glass Thief, was based on a theft she witnessed at a market. Initially performing under the stage name Crusoe Kid, she was later rebranded as Calypso Rose by music promoters who recognized her growing influence. She turned professional in 1964 and quickly gained recognition for her sharp lyrics and commanding stage presence. Over the decades, she has penned more than 1,000 songs and recorded over 20 albums, carving a legacy as a trailblazer in the male-dominated Calypso genre. Her breakthrough came in the 1960s with Fire in Me Wire, an electrifying hit that became an international Calypso anthem, translated into multiple languages. She continued to break barriers, becoming the first woman to win the Calypso King title in the U.S. Virgin Islands in 1963. Back home in Trinidad and Tobago, her success was unstoppable. She claimed the coveted Road March title in 1977 with Gimme More Tempo, and, the following year, won the National Calypso King competition. Her victory forced a name change, as she was too dominant to be ignored. The competition was permanently renamed Calypso Monarch. She also reigned as Calypso Queen for 5 consecutive years, further cementing her position as a force to be reckoned with. But Calypso Rose was more than just an entertainer. She was a voice for change. Her lyrics often tackled social issues, confronting racism, sexism, and labor rights. Her song No Madame played a role in sparking policy changes for domestic workers in Trinidad and Tobago, advocating for fair wages and better working conditions. She also played a pivotal role in fusing calypso with soca, writing her first soca song, Action is Tight, in 1970. Over the years, she shared the stage with global icons such as Bob Marley, Miriam Makeba, and Michael Jackson, expanding her influence beyond the Caribbean. In the 1980s, she relocated to Queens, New York, yet remained deeply connected to her homeland. While her career experienced ups and downs, a resurgence came in 2008 with the release of her self-titled album. Her global recognition skyrocketed again in 2016 when she collaborated with Manu Chao on Far From Home, an album that won the prestigious Victoire de la Musique Award for World Music Album of the Year and introduced her to a new generation of fans, particularly in France. Even in her late 70s, Calypso Rose continued to break records. In 2019, she became the oldest artist and the first Calypsonian to perform a full set at the renowned Coachella Festival, proving that her energy and influence had not faded. She has also been featured in documentaries such as Calypso at Dirty Gyms and Calypso Rose, Lioness in the Jungle, which highlight her life and contributions to music and activism. Now 84 years old, Calypso Rose remains a legendary figure in world music. Her recent collaborations, including the 2023 single Watina with Carlos Santana and the Garifuna Collective, showcase her continued passion for blending Caribbean rhythms with global influences. Next, this is probably the part we've been waiting for the most. Now we take you on a tour of her exclusive residence, House in Queens, New York. While her career has taken her around the globe, she has found a comfortable retreat in Queens, New York. Nestled in this bustling borough, her home serves as both a sanctuary from the demands of touring and a link to her Trinidadian roots. When she isn't performing or traveling, Calypso Rose frequently returns to Trinidad and Tobago, where she continues to embrace the culture that shaped her illustrious career. Her residence in Queens is a charming colonial-style brick semi-detached home spanning approximately 1,300 square feet. Designed with both comfort and functionality in mind, the home offers 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, making it an ideal space for relaxation and entertaining. Upon entering the home, are greeted by a warm and inviting living room that sets the stage for cozy gatherings. Adjacent to this space is a formal dining room, perfect for hosting intimate dinners or celebrations. The eat-in kitchen is a standout feature, boasting stunning cherry oak cabinetry that enhances its classic appeal. The thoughtful layout of the main floor is completed by a conveniently located half bath, adding an extra touch of practicality. Ascending to the second floor, natural light streams in through well-placed skylights, creating a bright and airy atmosphere. The 3 bedrooms on this level exude a sense of comfort, each offering a tranquil retreat from the outside world. A full bath serves this floor, providing ample convenience for residents and guests alike. The home's outdoor space is equally enchanting. A private backyard offers a serene escape, featuring a quiet patio, a lush garden, and a spacious deck. Whether used for morning coffee, weekend barbecues, or simply unwinding after a long day, this outdoor oasis is a prized feature of the property. The garden, flourishing with greenery, adds to the home's charm. making it a delightful spot for those with a passion for gardening or outdoor relaxation. A significant highlight of the property is its fully finished basement, which includes a private entrance. This versatile space can be transformed to suit a variety of needs, whether as a guest suite, home office, personal gym, or additional living quarters. This flexibility makes the home not only a place of comfort, but also an adaptable space for modern living. Philanthropy. Calypso Rose, the legendary Calypsonian, has long used her music and influence to champion social causes, even if she is not widely documented as directly funding specific charities. Through powerful songs like Glass Thief and No Madam, she has advocated for gender equality and human rights, bringing attention to critical social issues. Her 1969 song No Madam was particularly impactful, highlighting the exploitation of domestic workers in Trinidad and leading to government reforms that improved their working conditions. While not tied to a particular nonprofit organization, her activism has undeniably contributed to social progress. Beyond the Caribbean, Calypso Rose's influence reached Africa when she was appointed Ambassador-at-Large for Liberia in 1986. This recognition came after her song Pepper Soup helped elevate Liberia's cultural profile. In this role, she contributed to initiatives that sought to uplift Liberian communities, though the details of her direct involvement remain undocumented. Her dedication to preserving and celebrating Caribbean heritage is evident in her music, including her collaboration on Watina with Carlos Santana and the Garifuna Collective. By shining a light on the historically marginalized Garifuna people, her work has indirectly supported cultural preservation efforts, which often align with the mission of nonprofit organizations. Most recently, in October 2024, Calypso Rose made a personal and impactful contribution to healthcare in Tobago. As a kidney patient herself, she donated funds to the dialysis unit at the Scarborough Health Center, under the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Expressing her deep connection to her homeland, she stated, "When I found out that I was going to Tobago as a kidney patient, I said to myself, I have to donate to my island, Tobago." This act of generosity stands as a testament to her lifelong commitment to uplifting communities, both through her music and her actions. Personal life. In 2012, at the age of 72, Calypso Rose sat down for an interview at Chutney Pride, an LGBT nightclub in New York, and shared a deeply personal truth. She is a lesbian. The revelation came as a surprise to some, but for Rose, it was a moment of authenticity. She disclosed that she had been married to a woman for 17 years by that point, a relationship that had quietly thrived for nearly 2 decades. In a world where coming out can still carry stigma, especially later in life, Rose's openness was a powerful statement of self-acceptance. Though she has no biological children, Rose has embraced a different kind of motherhood. In interviews, she's often called herself the Mother of Calypso, a title that reflects her nurturing influence on the genre and the artists who follow in her footsteps. "I don't have kids of my own," she said, "but I've raised Calypso, and I've raised women in Calypso to know they can do anything." Rose's personal triumphs extend beyond her identity and career. In 1996, she faced breast cancer and emerged victorious. Just 2 years later, in 1998, she battled and beat stomach cancer. Living with diabetes and surviving 2 heart attacks, both managed with the help of a pacemaker, Rose has defied the odds time and again. These challenges have not dimmed her spirit or her voice. Instead, they've fueled her determination to live fully and speak loudly, both on stage and off. With a career spanning over 6 decades, she's credited with breaking gender barriers in Calypso, a genre rooted in the Caribbean's cultural fabric. Rose has never shied away from speaking her mind, and her outspokenness has occasionally stirred mixed reactions. Take her 2017 hit Leave Me Alone, a collaboration with Manu Chao and Machel Montano. The song, with its infectious beat and unapologetic lyrics, became an anthem for women asserting their right to enjoy public spaces like Carnival without fear or harassment. In a 2020 interview with The Independent, Rose doubled down on its message. Carnival is about being comfortable, about being free. We have to let people know that women should not be behind men anymore. Women should be ahead. For countless fans, especially women, her words were a rallying cry against victim-blaming and gender-based violence, a call to reclaim autonomy in a world that often denies it. Yet, not everyone agreed with her framing. Some critics argued that Rose's stance oversimplified Carnival's complex cultural traditions, which many see as a shared, gender-neutral celebration rather than a battleground for gender dynamics. Others felt her bold rhetoric risked alienating those who value the festival's more collective spirit. Today, Calypso Rose is more than just a musician. She is a symbol of perseverance, courage, and progress. Through her music, activism, and personal journey, she continues to inspire people worldwide, proving that change is possible even in the face of adversity. If you found Calypso Rose's story as captivating as we did, be sure to like this video, subscribe for more amazing content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to celebrate the artists who paved the way for future generations.